Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Brunch with Brian. I'm in a really good mood today because I've made a decision to be really happy, to smile. So we're going to start off with a smile, but I'm talking about something very important today. That's the 15 steps of a deal. So this is a very important session. On Teaching Tuesdays yesterday, we talked about this. And you may have been on that call and you may have been taking notes, but it's always good to go over this. And if you weren't on that call and you weren't taking notes, this is really important. It's basically the 15 steps of a deal. So this is what it all comes down to. Are there sub-steps to these? Yes. Are there checklists? This is an overall checklist of a whole deal. Like there's these 15 steps. And like we did on the call last night, I want you to rank yourself in these areas. So there's 15 areas. I actually want you to give yourself a grade. Now, if you have not done a whole deal, you're going to get to a certain part of there that you can't grade yourself because you haven't done that yet. But we're going to go through a whole deal start to finish, create a financing deal, but many deals fit the same criteria, fit the same step-by-step checklist, like work for equity deals are the same. So I'm going to go through those 15 steps. It won't take very long, and I want you to be ready with a pen, but we have not been doing enough deep breathing and smiling like I love to do, and it's finally a sunny day. It's been cloudy and rainy here the last few days, so I'm feeling sunnier and smiling. So let's do 3 deep breaths before we get into the 15 steps. Okay, ready? Do it with me. Deep breath in. Always smiling. Hold it a little bit and relax your shoulders, kind of do a couple shoulder rolls, do a neck roll, nice and relaxed. Remember, think about your muscles being nice and relaxed. Another deep breath. Always with a big smile, and let it go. Let any negativity or anything go right out of you, flow out of you. One more. Deep breath in, and let it out. It's like you breathe in the good stuff, let go of the bad stuff. And one thing I want you to think about letting go of today is a judgmental attitude. Because you know, when you're judgmental, and boy, it's so easy, we're all judgmental sometimes, and so it's kind of hard to avoid, but if you can avoid it, remember, you are using that same criteria to judge yourself. So if you're judging other people harshly, you're going to turn that same focus on yourself and judge yourself harshly and be unhappy with yourself. So be generous in your estimation of others and kind in your judgments of others, and you'll be kinder with yourself and happier. Yay, happy. Smile, everybody's smiling. All right, the 15 steps. And I want you to write these down and grade yourself. So what's the first step? It's setting up your business. And that includes, there's many steps to this. You got to pick a name. You know, what's your name? Are you going to go with a business? Or are you going to go with a person's name, like Lynette Buys Houses? How are you going to set up your business? Then doing the nuts and bolts, getting your EIN number, getting your articles of organization for your LLC filled out and turned in, and getting your LLC set up, and then getting that bank account and getting nice big checks with your name, with your business name on them. And so getting those pieces in place are important. I do want you to have one name that sounds like a property management company. As you go through other steps, it becomes clear why. But I want you to have a company that sounds credible, a company name. So even if you're marketing under Lynette Buys Houses, I'd like you to also have something like Heartland Homes LLC or something for your bank account. Okay, now you can market under anything. So, but getting your business set up, that includes, you know, not just picking your name, LLCs, and, you know, also getting your social media set up, your Facebook page. And social media is very important to any small business nowadays. If you just get a few leads a month off of that, a couple leads a month off of that, that could be the deal because they're calling you. And those are your much better deals. So getting your social media set up, getting set up your presence on the internet, and getting your business set up. Number 2 is starting the marketing for sellers. You got to find those sellers, find out houses to sell, houses to buy. And obviously some of those are just going to be advertised on Zillow, house for sale, and you're just going to call them and talk to them and see what happens. So those are outbound calls. But again, I want a lot of your leads to come from inbound calls where the seller's calling you. So that necessitates you putting some kind of marketing out there, social media plus signs or letters or something to get potential sellers to call you. So marketing for sellers. Then step 3 is incoming call capture, taking incoming calls. That's usually going to be in conjunction with an answering service. Ron LeGrand and Global Publishing like Pat Live. Pat Live is a great company and they have scripts for taking these incoming calls from sellers. So that would be a good place. Or you might take them yourself. I took all my calls in the beginning myself, but I was able to do that. Or you could have a local acquisitionist who's taking these. So incoming calls, at least capturing the name and phone number, because then the next step is your opening call where you're getting all the information, gathering the information. So I think that's step 4. Okay, I know I'll Okay. Hey, we're back. Sorry about that. We lost power there. A little glitch in the system. So I was going through these very important 15 steps. So the next step is, I don't know where I lost you, but opening calls with your sellers. Incoming calls is step 3. Then opening calls is step 4. Closing calls is step 5 with your seller. And then your deal meeting is step 6. Now this is going to be a pattern that's repeated on the other side of this deal. So both with seller and with your buyer. So after your deal meeting, then you're going to have a final meeting with the seller at your attorney's office. And that's going to be, something where this is either an attorney's office or a title company. Okay, and that's number 7, your final seller closing. Number 8, you get the house ready to sell. And sometimes that's nothing. Sometimes the house is already perfect, pretty, and you need to do nothing. So step 8 could be nothing. Number 9, you're going to market for tenant buyers. And basically the same process as your sellers plays out at this point. So you take the incoming calls. That's number 10. I know all these steps, but I don't know the numbers. 11 is opening calls. 12 is you're making your closing calls. Now this is with your buyers. And 13 is you're doing your deal meetings. Now the nice thing about the way we do it with the 1-hour open house is the cool thing is that we actually do all those 3 steps all at the same time. I mean, you basically do your opening call, your closing call, and your deal meeting with your seller, with your buyer, all in one 5-minute meeting. You find out whether they're good and you move forward with them and actually do the paperwork. So the 14 is your final tenant buyer meeting. Now, some of you guys don't want to do those, but there is one document. It's called the lessee optionee acknowledgement form that does need to be notarized. So there's one form that you would want to sign with your attorney, but also if you're getting a big non-refundable option deposit, 20, 30,000 down, just to protect yourself, it's better to have an official closing with an attorney. So that's all the step. Step number 15. Step number 15 is actually clean up all the paperwork and file it, because there's always a bunch of paperwork. There's a file that's sometimes a mess at that point. Obviously, this is my lovely wife, Lynette, bursting on the scene.
What are we teaching today? Real estate.
Well, we're done with it. And it was the basic steps to home investing. The 15 basic
I got
steps.
it right here. Step 1, set up your business.
Yes,
Step
okay,
2,
we
market
did it
for
already.
sellers. Step 3, incoming calls. Step 4, making opening calls. Step 5, making closing calls. Step 6, do the deal meeting / virtual deal meetings. Step 7, final seller closing. Step 8, get house ready. Step 9, market for tenant buyers. Step 10, take incoming calls and contacts. Step 11, make opening calls. Step 12, make closing calls. Step 13, do deal meetings. Step 14, final tenant buyer closing. And step 15, celebrate.
Well, I changed 15, guys. It's
What?
clean up all the paperwork
But
and file.
celebrate.
Yes, celebrate, but clean up all the bit because there's always a mess, and you got to file the paperwork at the end. You're going to be revisiting this deal, and you want clean paperwork at the end.
Well, I just
So-
want to let you know that I am meeting one of our acquisitionists right now. We're actually looking at a townhome. It's actually in Mesa, and it's called Alta Mesa. It's in Alta Mesa, and it's really cool because this home here, believe it or not, has been on the market for 64 days. 64 days, which in Arizona here, unheard of. We have multiple offers, hot market like every other place. And so we are going out to meet with the seller to strike a deal right now. So wish me luck. That's why I'm dressed up and I'm heading out right now. So I will keep you posted on that. It's a townhome and it's a really good deal. So I'll give you the details later.
All right,
Wish
awesome.
me luck.
Well, thanks for joining us with Brunch with Brian. Now, remember, the important thing is Friday.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Friday, we're doing our taking action. So you got to be here this Friday, and it's normally $14.97, but if you're part of the Wolfpack, it's free. So definitely want to come to our taking action this Friday, January 29th. It's one whole day with me and Brian, and we're
Yes.
going to be doing so many cool things.
And we're talking about deals. We're really going to get into deals. Come closer, man. We're going to really be talking about deals and getting into our deals, some student deals, and doing a ton of deal structuring so that you really start to understand this business. The mailman's here bringing us a package right now. So that's all the racket. Thank you, sir. All
Thank
right,
you.
so-
Have a blessed day.
So guys, join us Friday and right here, and we're going to be going through, it's a 6-hour day with a lunch break where we're really going to get into the nitty gritty of getting your business launched and getting you doing a bunch of deals this year.
We are so excited, and if you haven't signed up, it's 888-RICH now. Once again, 888-RICH now.
I don't have, the mic doesn't work. It's on.
Oh, 888-RICH now.
That's right. My mic would normally work. So 888-RICH now, or you can send us an email at support@thewolfcouple.com.
We'll see you this Friday.
Yep. So see you guys. Thank you for being here for Brunch with Brian. Keep expecting success and take an action, and we'll see you Friday.